Streaming. I am starting
Waiting for it, which is nice.
the streaming. The streaming is starting. So,
I would suggest waiting a moment just in case anything needs.
I am waiting a moment while it all loads. Although I am recording now.
Yes. So yes, as soon as going at least.
Okay. So, since you last joined us, we had a...
We did a theme tune then previously.
Thank you.
Previously on Crusader Kings 2.
Previously on Crusader Kings 2. So, there has been much excitement. You will notice that I am now Emperor Marketrude, the Empress Marketrude. This is because late last night there was an exciting and tense thing where I tried to amass all of the territory and prestige required to create an empire before I snuffed it, given that I am 68 years old and that's getting towards the upper end of the lifespan. And so I was desperately racing to get the 8,000 prestige needed to create an empire before I died. So I am now an Empress of Poland. As you can see, Poland's now quite big. I've got like the Shetlands and a little bit of Wales and this small bit of like Croatia and this bit of Switzerland and yeah. And as you can see, I've extended quite heftily into modern day Sweden and modern day Norway, as well as some bits that really aren't usually sort of present. So, last thing I did last night was change all of my inheritance rules to absolute cognatic elective, because this Poland is a Cathar empire, and Catharism allows equality for women, and so I've just enshrined this in all the inheritance laws. My goal now is to at least try and keep a kingdom until the end of the game in just under 200 years' time. Currently I own 3 kingdoms and I'm trying to get the same person to be successor in all of them, but that might be a doomed attempt, and I'll at least try just to start with to...
As long as the Carling stays
head of the
in line for the Empire, that should be it. That will give you something to control it.
That should be sufficient, yes. So, my sole thing that I can aspire to do is create a great work. Unfortunately, creating...
They all take about 20 years to build.
Yes, they all take a long time to build, and creating an empire means that you have, like, no cash left at the end of it. Because it costs money to create first the kingdoms, which I didn't need qua kingdoms, but I need them because creating them gives you prestige. And I needed the prestige to get to that magic 8,000 total. Now it's there, of course. My prestige is ticking along nicely. Let's just check whether my vassals, hate me for having too many kingdoms. To which the answer is not at the moment.
It as too many the electorate posts.
It's true.
It's not because there isn't a penalty for excess kingdoms like there is for excess duchies, but there is a penalty for keeping too many of the electorate offices, whatever they are, titles. That's funny.
So, go on. I'm going to try seeing if I can survive
7 years.
7 years. Well, 7 years because I need to get to stage 2.
Oh God, yes.
To build, so it's probably a bit more than that. And then I can't do anything. I can't go to war for ages because I need...
You've just burned all your money you sowed.
Yeah, because I have no money left now.
But there are so many fun wars you can have now.
I know, but that's fine. My heir can contemplate having them once we've saved up a bit of cash. But that's fine because I should also get a reasonable amount of stuff. Anyway, in January I will move my steward over to overseeing construction, which will help. Or does that speed up the construction of great works, or does that not make any difference to
I have
great
no
works? Is it possible to look that up in the wiki? Because I'm a bit short on screens. Oh look, there's a defensive pact against me, because mysteriously I'm really quite threatening after having, like, gone to war, holy war over Sweden and so on. Wow, my Chancellor's good.
Yes, well, I mean, he's probably slightly grumpy that you... oh, why is he not in... he's improving relations, isn't he? Yeah.
Yes, he's improving
That's
relations, because I had problems with my...
Like, it'd be nice to get Girton. But your current opinion is you're not going to be in a position to make war for ages. So.
Well, yeah, and also I don't know that it's a sensible idea to, because... A, there's a defensive pact against me, and B, there's a small problem with me pressing claims and stuff, which is that I'm likely to snuff it before we finish the war or get a claim on anything.
Of course, based on past experience with the Holy Roman Empire, succession is a great time to be starting wars because all the defensive factions briefly evaporate.
Indeed, and undoubtedly that will happen.
And you currently have you have useful vassals with weak claims on Pictland, Ireland, and Norway.
Not anymore.
Oh well.
Well, weird things happen when you become emperor.
Well,
Empress.
I suspect also maybe some people have grown up while you're busy.
It's probably true that. Oh well. Shia Muslims against the Byzantine Empire. The depraved Basilissa. That's two massive empires that are ruled by women, though. That's pretty cool. And Styria is just a kingdom, I think.
Yes.
We've got Germania, the emperor.
But I think must have got independence with you.
Yes, I'm pretty sure we did. Francia, which...
Francia and Germania were weirdly created by
the Holy Roman
Emperors.
Yes. I mean, one exciting thing is that my heir has, I think, a claim on...
It wasn't your sister?
It was my sister had a wee claim on it, but anyway. She's not currently my heir. That's because she's quite old too.
By the way, that your heir in respect of the empire is not your heir in respect of the kingdoms at the moment.
Yeah, I suspect that's probably because she's an encroaching foreign ruler, being as she is from Milan.
But she's not a ruler. Oh yeah, oh right, she is. She's technically Duchess of Milan.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, she's Frankish. She's not very foreign.
Yes, but it doesn't take much to make someone... Anyway, I could go and investigate why.
Oh, no, okay,
she's heir of Poland.
And everyone likes her.
She's heir to the Kingdom of Lithuania and Kingdom of Estonia.
Oh, okay. Right,
so
you're sorting yourself out.
Yeah.
Your kingdoms, are all your kingdoms Carolingian hegemonies?
I don't even know.
Is that how it's pronounced?
Oh,
I think it's more like hegemony.
I thought it was hegemony.
It could be hegemony.
Hegemony.
Anyway,
obviously I have a problem here, which is that ever since I saw Pratchett write it as hegemony, that is fundamentally how I read it now. I'm not sure what that means.
A few more votes have come in and
she's still the leader. I mean, she's got great diplomacy, but, like, yeah, she's got good all-round stuff. So, we'll see. Right, how is my income going? Oh, of course, yes, I've got fairly substantial monthly expense.
You're building a statue.
Yes.
So, you've got some incorrect types of holdings. Any of them remediable? presumably also currently the wrong. Because it's currently the wrong religion.
Wrong religion.
Presumably your thing is, and that one, yes, is correct. And there's a little man standing there who is your.
Who's my chancellor desperately?
Not your chancellor, your chaplain.
Chaplain desperately trying to. I will just check that my chaplain is in fact. He's currently in Pskov.
Yes, which is correct.
Yes, which is
trying to get Pskov to be
a bit more Cathar.
So
Yes, if I look at the religious map at the moment, it is an unholy mess unless you're iconoclast. It is. This is very unusual. That I don't think there's any Orthodox Christians left. There are only iconoclasts. Catharism has some strong enclaves, mostly in my empire because I'm Cathar. The Catholics are hanging on in there. Last seen, the papacy has like one barony in Holstein somewhere.
Yep.
There we are, the bishopric of Reinholdsberg, and is being very confused.
To the extent the Fraticelli have won, as in the church is poor.
It's
they
true.
Haven't in that this is not a Fraticelli pope.
It's true. We've got lots of Sunni and Shia Muslims, a bunch of Buddhists and Taoists further east, and the dominant pagan religion is a Finnish one. There's a few Slavic ones holding out and a few other weirder ones.
You took over, you're now occupying the last bit of Germanic pagan lands, and
yes.
might manage to convert them to something.
Well, they're currently stripy, so you know. And there's some Lollards, and I'm sure there were some Maldensians. Oh, there's some Fraticelli there. I'm sure there's some Maldensians hiding somewhere, but yes, the religious map of the area is kind of weird. My realm is in slightly weirdly disconnected bits, but the good news is that I now have some de jure claims as a result of the kingdom that I can probably press. But there are things that I need to avoid, like going to war with either the Holy Roman Empire or the Byzantine Empire, on the grounds that even though I'm doing relatively well, they can still kick my arse, as it's technically known. Oh yes, I want to unpause and allow things to happen. That is quite.
Might also look at the de jure empires map and see how you're. I'm curious. So the de jure empire of Poland is smaller than I was expecting.
It's also bizarrely got this bit in Sweden, which I didn't really expect, but half of which I have.
Part of the de jure kingdom, the surprise de jure kingdom.
Which isn't Gotland, oddly enough.
Have you switched de jure kingdoms? So it's notionally part of
Estonia.
Right.
Okay, that's
so
probably
the
fair
weird thing
enough.
is that your new empire does not include your de jure kingdom, which is kind of weird, and I'm fairly sure not what the wiki says should happen.
Yes. Oh, there's a crusade for Egypt.
Well, it's not your problem.
Well, it's probably not my problem.
You can't go on crusade anymore.
Oh.
What you get from Qatar.
Right, let's try not to make... Yes, I can't join the crusades. Well...
My web browser just died of the Crusade faction. I couldn't do anything other than paste one at a time the letters of Swordfish into repeater and then paste a blank line to press return. And now I've got a usable web page, desktop again, not web page, sorry. Desktop again.
That makes more sense. Yes. On the plus side, while I'm doing all this, you know, my vassal unhappiness is declining and my threat level is decaying, so people will leave defensive pacts against me.
Yes. Generally checking your capacities for unhappiness, while you are frankly waiting to die.
It is true. What's wrong with you? Well, let's see if you'll convert. No, I thought...
I suppose there may have been successions.
It's true. it did occur to me also that like some of these people that love me might also love me enough to convert now. Excellent. Because also if I convert all of these lot to Catharism, then they'll convert their territory, and thus Catharism will, I think he's probably he's not a true believer. Well, possibly. Let's see. Oh, yes, I forget that.
Well, I mean, you can convert children. You could ask to educate them.
Yeah, but
I
they'll
think
say
as a rule,
no
you would be
because
told, go away.
it's true. I have a feeling. Yeah, you're a true believer. Blackslagan is on my side already. Same religion. Gosh, he doesn't like me. He would quite like the Duchy of Lithuania. On the plus side, I probably can't afford to give that to him if I really want to.
I would suggest giving it to someone who wants, but just making it not you.
It's true.
For anyone watching this and going, why on earth does everyone list no murderer -10? There was an incident.
There was a set of incidents to do with the Ostrogothic revolt. Yes, in which we thought that the best way to try and deal with the fact that the people in the Ostrogothic revolt meant my vassals were warring each other, and thus meant that I couldn't change my inheritance laws, was to stop the Ostrogothic revolt. And we thought that by killing the revolt leader, this would sort things out. I think 3 revolt leaders later, and a bunch of exposed plots, it turns out that no, I just pissed everyone off by murdering their family, and by being discovered in this plot, and thus I've got this -10 for
yes, it would appear that curiously, peasant revolts have no shortage of potential leaders.
Yes. But, like, it's only a -10 penalty, and right now everyone's really quite happy with me. Apart from some of these counts, but that's fine. I think I might be about to give the Duchy of Lithuania away. Ooh, well, I can make it my count's problem. Well, also already the same thing, same religion. Right. So, let's zoom in a bit so I can actually see some of what's going on. And try and find out where the Duchy of Lithuania is, which I think is this little lot. No, that's Lesser Poland. It's Lesser Poland.
It's the one that contains Vilnius, I would expect.
I've lost where Vilnius is.
Your current mouse pointer by 2 counties.
Oh yes. So there we have the Duchy of Lithuania. Let's So she's on 29. He's on -15. He's on 4. And she's on 100 and is Cathar.
She's already Duchess
of Vickham. So
that bit was the county that you gave to the person you got
yes.
To get the.
So right, let's make her this one that quite likes me. Duchess of Lithuania.
It might be worth turning on the lower titles just in case they're only keeping that.
Right, there we are. Okay.
Duchess of Lithuania.
Yes.
So that should also have cheered up all the other... Well, it won't have cheered up the other vassals, but they will be her vassals now.
Yes, it'll be her problem, not my problem. Let's read some of the things.
And she can always work out how she's going to get that county off the Duke of Beacon.
Yes. Which actually is pretty tricky right now, because I think we've inherited a bunch of laws from...
I think you didn't inherit medium crown authority. I think you're back on low crown authority.
That's
So
true, I can go and look at my laws.
British.
Yes, we are on low... I mean, I can upgrade to medium crown authority, but it seems like effort.
That's a good way of annoying people a bit.
It's true. I don't think I've got any.
You have a few tribes, but
It's
you're trying
true.
to convert them into not tribes.
Now, let's see if we can do that, because I could do with a little bit more cash.
Happily, since all of your most of your vassals are not tribes, they will vote in favour of this.
Yes. Right, see loads of votes turning up. So, Mr. Bond, I need more tech points in order to upgrade my military. Lots more to upgrade noble customs. Religious customs, that gives me majesty. What does majesty give me?
If I open P terms now, they leave me in my maths engineers directory. Is that because I resorted Sawfish inside that directory?
Yes. And so Sawfish is current directory.
So is there a Sawfish restart command?
I don't know. I don't use Sawfish.
Well, that's what Google's for. Right, anyway, so
That will almost certainly make...
very
There's no
little
difference.
distance.
But on the other hand, you are actually the person who has tribal vassals.
It's true.
Because you try to keep them yours until you detribalize them.
Yes. I mean, eventually I'll give up. So. Cities and temples.
You still have a fairly tiny domain then, if it's true.
Yeah, that's because my stewardship is kind of rubbish.
That's a flaw. I reloaded the Sawfish from the command line. I did Control Z to background and do BG. In order to do Control Z though, there's no window manager on it. It's just pause, and therefore I can't type anything.
Oh.
I presumed them and in one line, shouldn't I?
Oh well, stage.
Well, I could kill Sawfish.
Oh dear, my husband has snuffed it. I need to get married.
I mean, need is a fairly strong phrase here.
Well,
But it helps
you
with
have a
your,
penalty for not being married.
yes.
Prestige penalty. I don't think I need to worry about it being matrilineal on account of the fact that
You're unlikely to
I'm
have
unlikely
children.
to.
Mostly this is someone to help you with running the empire.
So, right, in that case, swap stewardship.
Yes, that would not be unreasonable.
He's Cathal, but he's
He's also
11.
11 years old. He can't really help you run the empire.
It's true. He's Cathar, but his stewardship's not great. His marshal's pretty shiny though. Well, let's do that. Children born to the couple will not be of our dynasty. Yes, I know. That's because at this point we are definitely in the territory of it being miraculous to have any children at all.
You can start managing a little faster. And pasting in Sawfish again.
Oh, for God's sake, stop. Sometimes the user interface. Right, I need gold more than I need prestige at this point.
Well, you did just marry someone for their stewardship, despite the fact that it lost you quite a lot of prestige.
That's true. So we're 23% done on the thing. And I'm going to need a little bit of cash at least to build a stage 2 thing, assuming I can do that. What do I actually get for that? like an
You get
extra
a
free feature.
on your great work. I mean, it's completely pointless.
Yep.
So how much money do you think you need to have before you can start making wars again?
At least 1,000. But that's fine, you know. I don't have any interesting claims, personal claims at the moment. And in fact, I'm deliberately not going out and getting them. So yes. What do I get for that?
It's like some tiny amount of monthly prestige, I think.
I think that's it, yes. What shall we call it? Shall I rename it?
Oh yes, I was looking for that.
Right, I'm calling it Mockatrude's Folly.
Is it a folly?
Okay.
It is now. Fortuna Carling is my random kinswoman. Let's see. Can I...
Well, someone has let her reach the age of 16 without getting
married, yes.
betrothed.
So, the Duke of Greater Poland is interesting.
I would say you mostly want to be trying to marry her to someone who could get you an interesting alliance, but I don't think there'll be anyone sufficiently senior. In particular,
right.
if there were anyone in the royal family of Styria, then I would, or either of the big empires, that was kind of unlikely.
Yeah, no, they're not showing up early on, and they usually would. So, I think we get rid of her to the Earl of Skarna. I'm sure that will be educational for someone. Oh, the bishops are at it again. Oh yeah, I need a new designated regent, preferably, and this is important, before I snuff it.
Oh, that shouldn't be. As long as you drop dead promptly.
It's true, but you know, I might end up being incapable. Anyway, I've made it my husband. He's got great stewardship. Wow! Look what's happened to my demesne size. My demesne size has gone up by 2 points because of him. My nice new boy toy. Let's check. She's still heir to ever important. Brilliant. County's converted to Catharism. Excellent. We're slowly becoming Cathar. Of course, everyone will want to be Cathar in order to be just like Queen Margaretrude. Let's have a look at these things. Do they all take... okay, they don't all take the same amount, but the shortest. So that is less than 300 things and takes 11 months to build, but yes, of course I need a feature slot, so that's that
You
one.
have no feature slots, but you have nothing, no building.
Indeed. But what I'm checking on is what that is also, I think, the cheapest thing to build. Excellent. So if I can survive long enough to get the thing built, okay, that's absolutely the cheapest thing to build, but it takes like 6 months longer, so so that's probably my target thing to build, to see if I can hang on long enough to do that. Sent my husband into hiding, presumably because someone threatened to kill him. But, you know, I figure he's a grown-up, he can work that out for himself. It's quite nice being able to be in realm view and to be able to actually see my realm as distinct from the Holy Roman Empire.
Without seeing all the internal complexity of the Holy Roman Empire.
Indeed. I mean, the downside is now I can't go to war against, like, any sort of dukes or kings in the Holy Roman Empire, because now I have to go to war against the whole Holy Roman Empire, on account of the fact that, you know, I'm an Empress too now. Yes, I have this nice little lonely holding in Shetland. My rival. Why are you my rival? What? What is this rivalry of which you speak?
I think it is all I know of it as is a thing you can get between two people under some circumstances. Possibly in this case because you murdered his kinsperson.
Whoops.
But I'm not sure.
Well, he's Duchess Glove of Viken's problem.
Yeah.
So, you know. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Let's take time and quite a lot faster. Since I either need more money or I need to die. See that creeping away.
Does your heir have a decent amount of money?
No.
Because she's not landed at all. Right.
Yes. I mean, I could land her.
Oh, yes. Oh, right. She is presumably a Duchess consort.
Yes. It's a regular marriage, so you know, we're going to have to look for her heirs outside her line. But that's fine. I kind of expected that.
Oh, you could take advantage of already being a known murderess and send someone after her husband.
I could.
I'm not sure this is why, but it would be a way to solve the she is unfortunately married non-matrilineally.
It's true.
I mean, she's not a particularly good person to use as a parent, admittedly. And her inheritable traits are nothing special.
Yeah. Another county's gone Cathar,
But not Pskov.
but not, and this is important, Pskov. Aha. She's now of age.
Right.
So in theory it would be nice to try and join up some of my empire, but unfortunately
There are other
empire's in the way. You know, it's much easier for me to go after petty kingdoms like Gertland and more Gertland and so on.
There's another revolt up there in Beacon, it looks like.
Well, that's somebody else's problem.
Down of the Ostlander revolt. I think that might be down of formerly down of
The Shetland.
Announced the revocation of the chieftain of Shetland. Yes. Or refused the revocation of the chieftain of Shetland.
Which is presumably what thingy the Duchess of Viken did on becoming of age. She went, I don't want that idiot doing stuff.
So now she is at war with her revolting Shetlander.
Yes. Well, that's somebody else's problem.
At least he managed to get the gender laws sorted first.
Yep. Yes, the whole map of Europe is now extremely ahistorical. Except possibly some bits of the Holy Roman Empire. Oh dear.
Oh dear, right. Presumably,
Yeah, marriage ties no longer exist. I assume that means someone has snuffed it.
well, given that someone who looks like they may be one of your relatives has just turned up back in your court, I suspect her husband just died.
Yes.
Well, maybe you can find someone else in the stereo personality. Keeping around unknown in the search.
Well, I need my court. My court. It's possibly for cleaner, in fact.
No, it
It's
was I
outskirts.
recognise her, yes.
Right.
Truly unfaithful.
Let's arrange her marriage.
Are there any matrilineal marriages available for 40-year-olds?
Yes.
Not any very good ones.
Yeah, but I mean, they're actually mostly the same as her non-matrilineal
Yeah.
options, which were pretty limited. So. Well, let's match her up with a nice iconoclast husband. Right. Yes, of course, her husband's turned up at my court on account of the fact that it's matrilineal. Although she's 40, so she's going to have to get weaving if she wants some more kids. She's really got like about 8 million. Do I have any wards at the moment? I don't have any wards at the moment.
Are there any children under 6 that you can grab?
Yes.
Or indeed, any neighbouring courts?
No. Right, fine.
Well, yes, because her husband will not allow that.
Her husband's allowed to he's my courtier.
True. Okay,
But
yes, he has moved into your court.
He is a Greek iconoclast, so, you know.
Really, incidentally, strong claims on absolutely everything.
It's true. I'd have to land him first, of course.
You've got counties.
It's
Just
true.
up and kicking around if you want.
It's true, it's
If
true.
there were any of those you felt like taking.
Yeah, but I don't think now is the
But
time.
you don't have $1,000 you insist you need in order
Well, you want
to do anything exciting.
you want a buffer so you can hire mercenaries when it all goes a bit wrong.
What's your current rate of acquisition of gold then?
Slower than I'd like. So I can.
Balance plus 3, and you need about 300 more, so it's going to take about a decade.
Yes, so I can. I think try and turn up some of the taxes.
Yeah, but I mean, yes. The yes, in general, increasing taxes will actually increase your income, unlike increasing levy obligations, which often won't.
Yes.
Because while increasing taxes annoys people just as much, a negative, as long as their opinion's still positive, they pay full taxes.
Unfortunately, I'm on max tax without getting more legalism or something. I think legalism, that gets me Dutchy. Yeah. So I could unlock some legalism.
But that looks like the next one only unlocks kingdom by royalties, which, while it would be an amusing feature to have,
Yeah.
Are you sure you're not allowed the lowest level of taxation?
Yeah, but I'm already on that.
Oh, sorry, the second,
Yeah.
not first non-zero level of feudal
Yeah,
taxation.
but I'm already on that.
You're surely not. I thought you were on zero feudal taxation.
Feudal taxation.
So yes, you're currently on zero, but you can't change it. Can't change another law until 1291.
Right. Okay.
Because you increase the tribal taxes,
Yes.
and your vassals will just get fed up with repeatedly
They're changing laws all the time.
being asked to vote on things.
So I need more stuff there. More stuff there.
I think the potential entertaining approach to increasing your tax income would be to take Gertland and turn it into a merchant republic, which it's convenient for because it's a single single county duchy and well connected by sea. And I have no idea how usefully this would work. I bet that's you really want to be able to claim it for yourself, because you're going to you would need to demolish it, and you'd need to reconstruct it with
the right kind of thing.
With the city being the capital.
Can Holy War, but I think that's a bit terrifying.
I mean, you could just drop your Chancellor in there and hope.
I can, yeah.
He has done it once.
It's true.
And he's currently essentially idle because you've improved diplomatic relations. That's improved diplomatic relations.
Oh, bollocks.
I did try to tell you.
Yes. Well, I'll just have to wait till October. I'm going to have to disappoint my husband because I don't want to spend the money. State. The thing is, that looks much more like fabricate claims than that does. Because, like, obviously what you're doing is you're faking a charter, right?
Yes, but it still isn't what that button does.
Yeah, well. It's the problem with having, these elderly people running entire empires.
I don't think this is actually the user interface that Marketing sees. I think the how she interacts with her world is a little different.
It's true.
I mean, Kingdom Vice Royalties would still be an entertaining feature to have.
It's true.
Because then you can assign your kingdoms to people and they'll come back to you.
Yeah.
So, for instance, if you wanted to give your heir a kingdom, I mean, that's not actually such a problem anyway, because it would merge back into the imperial crown.
Or someone that you want to be your heir to train them up as a kingdom.
You're not quite certain they will be your heir.
Yes.
Then you won't end up with that kingdom drifting off into the distance with
Indeed.
some weird word.
Well, with some weird heir that
dynasty
isn't.
Probably
yes.
your dynasty, but that you weren't. Oh yes, actually there is a problem, of course, because you are liable to end up with women in charge. They may end up getting into non-matrimonial
marriages, yes.
if you're not controlling them, because they may not be so.
Good. One of my truces is expiring. That's nice.
Right, you can now change what your chances are doing.
Right. Fabricate claims. And he's got 29 victorious crusaders.
Sadly, you don't get to join.
Sadly, I can't crusade anymore because I'm the wrong kind of Christian.
Because fundamentally, I think you, curiously, the simultaneous jihad for Egypt
has failed.
Yes, because Cathars don't believe in this sort of thing. Actually, I think Cathars don't believe in popes, and if you don't believe in a pope, you can't believe in crusades.
It's true. The gentle relaxing sound of my laptop fan working overtime. Who are you? Hey, you're one of my duchesses. Fine. Let's just check that you are the right religion. Yes, good, brilliant. So, how's my great work coming along? 71.1% done. So I need to survive another couple of years.
Including lost councillor.
Yes, I'm just also seeing what's... Oh, something's happened to my chancellor.
Yeah.
Do I have anyone good? Well, let's see if I can invite someone good. Well,
I don't really care about their religion.
I don't really care about their religion. I just care
nice
what...
if they were Oh, look, that course at the top.
Yeah. Invite court. Invite court. Unpause. Pause. Oh look, you've arrived in my court. Let me make you my chancellor and send you off to fabricate claims in Gotland. And boys and mates have arrived in court as well. Oh, my sister has died, just proving that, you know, I was quite right to pick someone a bit younger as my heir. Aha.
We have Russians in Pskov.
We have Russians in Pskov.
Still bloody...
It's still the wrong religion.
Russians.
Yes.
Of a certain accident with the wrong religion of chaplain.
Yeah, but I think my chaplain got at by the other side. He read one of the heretical Bibles. I mean, yes. Right. Okay. Jolly good. I was very heroic. Go me.
74-year-old Empress Marketrude.
I mean, my personal wombat score is now negative, even with, like, all of the... I mean, I have now hit extreme old age. I do have minus 35. Splot! I have snuffed it. Right, I think what I need to do is do a bunch of the immediate post-death admin and then save and stop on account of the fact that it is getting quite late.
So nothing has happened at all in this session, has it?
I started building great work, and I've saved up, and I sorted out all my admin. So, Queen Empress Marketrude has given up the ghost at age 74. She died a natural death, born with unparalleled genius. Marketrude was known for her sharp and brilliant mind, always looking for new problems to solve and new opportunities to exploit. Empress Berthafled, an accomplished diplomat, vassals and foreign rulers alike are sure to respect her. Long live Empress Berthafled. So be it. Pause. Let's turn time down a couple of notches. Right. I get all of the shiny stuff, including the Reichskrone, which I still can't do anything with, but it's vital to know it's there because we are House Carling. Damn it.
Yeah, so it did occur to me that the point at which the Holy Roman Emperor granted you independence was the first time your player character has not been in the Holy Roman Empire. Since you founded it.
So my ambitions can be become paragon of virtue, have a daughter, improve martial ability, or improve intrigue.
You can go for improve martial. You're a martial disaster there.
I am a martial disaster there. Let's fix that.
So what on earth is going on with her religion?
She's Cathar but is secretly Fraticelli.
Right.
Let's just see if there's anything that I can... I don't have any options that are like... change my religion. Right, so I need to appoint a new Chancellor. Right, well, for very much the same reasons as Marketrude, off you go over there. I need a new Marshal. You'll do... at the moment we want you researching military technology. I think that means that that's all sorted. So, successor nominations. So, Mr. Bond.
Actually, yes. our the courtier who you just married off to a random what's name is actually quite a decent. And she probably might not be adequately popular. There's rather a lot of bad properties there as far as votes are concerned. But she is.
I mean, I think I might need to wait a little bit for the younger generation to sort of come up.
Yes, I'd certainly be inclined to go for seemingly unfaithful, even though she's the wrong religion.
This one.
Yeah, I mean, it might not work.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I mean, obviously, of course, one thing that I can do is, once I see who my courtiers are voting for, I can see if there's any Carlings amongst them, and pick that off that way. I mean, eventually I will want to change to someone that's younger than me, but I can afford to wait 10 or 15 years to do that. And in the meantime, I can then have someone who is reasonable. So, we've got a Chancellor, and I think this is a reasonable place to save and stoat. So, right, well, it's time to save and stoat, and any second now it will be done. I will stop streaming. Good night, everybody.
Good news.